At what age were you when you realized that humans only act in self-interest and not with moral principle? I don't know. I mean, I think that you can still be self-interested and want what's best for others. It's more so about like, I don't think it's like altruistic. I don't think my advocacy is altruistic. People don't understand that. My mom calls you the next Jimmy Dore. That's so funny. Yeah, totally. Ask your mom, and I mean, your mom's just saying that because I stopped fucking her. But ask your mom and anyone else who like legitimately thinks or says such things. Give them like 2 to 3 years. They'll be chirping about how like the Republicans are actually better. I will never vote for a Republican. I will never have a reactionary bone in my body. People who think that the Democratic Party champions liberal and progressive causes are infinitely closer to becoming Jimmy Dore style pushers of MAGA ideas and reactionary ideas than someone like myself. People fundamentally do not understand that. I think that's the problem. Like, people straight up, legitimately do not understand that they are like those who defend the Democratic Party's actions unconditionally. Those who defend America's actions unconditionally are infinitely closer to reactionary politics than myself. Here, as far as like self-interest goes, though, people shape their morality around self-interest. Most people don't think of themselves as cynical and evil. People will support genocide because they're convinced themselves they're protecting gay people or some shit. Yeah. As far as like an altruistic, or I guess like a self-interested argument for like making sure that there are no homeless people is, for example, the reality that many of us are not social workers. Okay. I myself am not a social worker. I don't know how to deal with someone who is like genuinely going through a mental health episode, okay, and like maybe even taking a shit outside of my house. I don't know how to deal with that. But you know who does? People who have professionally trained to deal with that kind of thing. Why the fuck am I paying taxes if the government is not funding the people that are supposed to be professionally dealing with that sort of thing? Why the fuck am I paying taxes and building, hoping that like we have a local government that is like ready to deal with these incoming crises? It's so dumb. Liberals look at that situation and go, no, you don't understand. Real progress is like letting the homeless person shit outside of your fucking house and just like live in the street and eat dirt and trash and like look the other way and act like it's not happening. That's not being a progressive person at all. My argument is like, from a selfish perspective, I don't want a homeless person. Even like from a moral perspective, of course, no one should be eating fucking dirt and trash. Okay. But from a selfish, self-interested perspective, I don't want that. It's kind of scary. Okay. The notion that like a lot of, online anarchists will do stuff like this where they're like, if you see someone smoking crack on the fucking, metro in front of your children, like, look the other way or look aside, like let him have the fucking, let him enjoy a little bit of libations. Like, it's like, no, I mean, that's still like not a good thing. You know what I mean? That's still not a good thing. Okay. Obviously you shouldn't go and like, call the police on that person and like get the cops to just like arrest this person or whatever. But like the system should be able to work in the direction where that kind of stuff doesn't happen. That is what real prosperity is supposed to look like. That person should not have to do crack on the fucking metro station. That person should be able to do crack inside of their own homes. Okay. Just like many Americans do whatever kind of fucking drugs they consume in the comfort of their own shelter, permanent shelter. Why not call the police on them? Because I know what the fuck's going to happen to that person. It's entirely dependent on like what the person is doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, obviously if someone attacks you, it's a little different. This isn't a crack house, this is a crack home. Exactly. Dude beating his meat on a packed MTA train the other day, I honestly wanted the cops to come and beat his ass. See, that's what I mean. Like the dude beating his meat, police shouldn't be dealing with that. Social workers should be dealing with that. Like, but that is a crime. Understandably, that is a crime. But that person is like doing a crime because they have fucking lost their minds. Okay. Drake. Someone said, yeah. How come when a homeless person is beating their meat while they're in transit, it's a problem. But when Drake beats his meat in his private jet, the entire world wants to talk about his penis. This is the 4th Cockwatch in 48 hours. We need to talk, brother. There is nothing more heterosexual than talking about another man's meat. I don't agree with you on that. They should smoke crack on the subway. It only reflects the reality we live on. No, dude. No, you should not do crack on the subway. That's insane. I don't agree with that. You should also not masturbate on public transit. You should not piss on public transit. You should not masturbate on public transit. You shouldn't do those things. Those things are not good. And the goal should be to fix the underlying issues that cause someone to masturbate in front of people on public transit. That's what the goal should be. That's my goal at the very least. What do I do if I see someone playing League on the subway? Okay, that's jailable for sure. But it feels good to them. What else do they have? Brother, what do you mean? That's an insane approach. I don't think you're being serious. That's my approach. And it's like, that's a selfish argument for socialism, is that I don't want to deal with homeless people on the street. Okay. I don't want there to be homeless people on the streets. It makes sense that people go, oh, that's kind of weird that there's like a person who is genuinely having a mental health episode in the middle of the fucking street in public. And I can see their dick and their asshole at the same time because of the unique way that they are standing. That's not great. That's not a great thing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, just let the guy do that. Okay. Obviously that's not great. So what the fuck? What are we doing? There you go. That's a selfish way to abolish, or at least like that's a selfish way to advocate for more socialization, because I don't want to deal with it personally. I want that problem to not exist. What is this? Trying to get recruited to the Texas Civil War?
My dad, like, he wanted me to like come down here, just like check it out. Because I heard like we're headed for like a civil war. So that's why.
You fucking with me? You heard that? Where'd you hear that?
On TikTok.
Alright.
Do you not know what's going down at the border?
No, I mean, I know what's going on down at the border.
I want to like help my state, the country now. I mean, we're headed towards like independence, right? Like Abbott's gonna be the new president, so like.
Yeah, well, yeah, you guys are talking about separating from the union.
We're our own country now, I thought.
There's two different armies. You have the state largest army is the federal army.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fight for the government. I'm trying to fight for my new government, Texas.
I got you. I'm not sitting here arguing that. I'm just telling you it's two different.
That's awesome. What makes you say that a person wants a home? Are you going to criminalize unhoused people? Yes. If you have the opportunity to live inside of a house and you refuse to do so, you should literally go to a mental institution. I do agree with that, by the way. Yes, if you're one of those like trustafarian, boho chic motherfuckers out there, yes, I will come and personally apprehend you. Call me the motherfucking Punisher. I am literally the fucking red beret guardian angel for those dumb motherfuckers who are like, no, I voluntarily want to fucking actually live on the sidewalk. Okay? Yes, you do not know. I will make Stalin look like a fucking anarchist. Okay? If you are the type of motherfucker who's like, hey, guess what? I want to live on the sidewalk voluntarily. Yeah, I'm putting you in fucking jail. Okay? You're going to jail. Abolish prisons except for that guy. Do you understand? Straight up. Straight the fuck up, dude. First, I'm put your ass in a shower. Okay? One, you're getting a haircut because I know I can smell your hair from here. Okay? You're getting a haircut and you're taking a shower. And then you are forcibly living inside of permanent shelter, which is called prison, okay? This guy said, what about people who are voluntarily living outside? Like, that's insane, okay? Okay, man. Yeah, that's called being crazy and needing, like, mental health. Do you understand? People voluntarily live outside because shelters are awful and violent, okay? And they can't bring their things or their pets to the shelters. Almost every single person is not voluntarily homeless. That is like an idiotic right-wing fantasy that like, yeah, no, these guys actually fucking want to be homeless. Like, shut the fuck up. Fucking campers and backpackers to the gulag. Yes. If you are outside and living in a tent, I'm putting you in jail. Do you understand? Yeah. They associate all homeless people with the crust punk trustafarians. That's how they square that circle. I guess so. That's so funny. That's so funny to be like, hey, I know there's like 250,000 almost homeless people in this country. I don't know what the actual number is. It might be even more than that. Okay. And like 99.999% of all of those people are in those more than that, almost 1 million. Okay. 500,000 homeless people, more than 500,000 homeless people in this country. Almost every single one is literally there due to systemic violence, like structural violence of poverty, the housing market being like absolutely unimaginably unaffordable, that like basically pushes them into further depths of insanity and crime and all this stuff, right? But hey, guess what, dude? There's like 11 trustafarians out there. How are we going to deal with that? It's giving, we have to give the death penalty. We have to keep the death penalty because of the one like omega rapist. Okay. Yeah, dude, sometimes there are like super rapists out there, you know? So we just got to keep the death penalty, or we have to put, you know, low level offenders in perma jail because serial killers exist. You have no idea. Roof fell in. We report it and they wouldn't renew our lease. Currently in a motel. Yeah. There are children of millionaires pretending to be homeless. Are you suggesting we help them? Yeah. Like, yeah, we help them by putting them in jail. If you're a YouTuber that does like, oh, I tried being homeless for a day, jail. If you're like a trust fund kid, okay, and you're like, oh no, you don't understand. I like living off the land, and by that land I mean like the pavement. Okay, I like living in this tent, and you can't take that away from me. Jail. If you're just like regular old homeless and you lived out of your car for a year, and until you couldn't even make those payments anymore, even though you had a job the entire fucking time, and now, you know, nobody wants to let you couch surf anymore, and you're just cooked. You can't go to the shelter because you have a bunch of stuff and the shelter won't take it. And last time you went to the shelter, you were assaulted or had your stuff stolen. Then you deserve a house, not jail. I'm a tanky in that direction. I'm vicious. But yeah, that's my approach to this subject.
Dad would kill me if I fought for the Biden army, you know? So, like, I'm not trying to do that.
It's my army. It's his army and his army and her army and his army. Biden's army. Pull out your phone. All of our numbers.
Oh, your numbers?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't be calling you guys. But
I know.
Like, so, like, I'm not trying to do that.
Dude, recruiters are so funny. They are the most predatory motherfuckers out there. They are so funny. He does not care. He knows this kid's like messing around, but he's like, I'll still take it.
It's my army. It's his army and his army and her army and his army. Biden's army. Pull out your phone. All of our numbers.
Oh, your numbers?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't be calling you guys. But
I know.
Like, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I
no problem.
appreciate you. Hey, I hope I don't have to shoot you, man. All right? Because you'll be fine for the government. I'll be fine for Texas.
This is awesome. Would the people who sell their homes and become van people be on the same level? Ooh, that's a good one. Jail for those guys too, because I think they're annoying. Yeah, if you do van life, if you sell your house, I know someone actually that did that. He's a really nice guy, but still, jail for you. Okay, jail. No more van life. Come on, man. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. In your heart of hearts, think about what I'm saying. Really internalize what I'm saying. And recognize that I'm 100% right. It would be a better society. Why are you living in a van? What are you hiding? Are only people who are the only type of van life that is like appropriate is if you're literally like a serial killer or like a Bonnie and Clyde situation where you're like a bank robber, you're a serial bank robber, or like a con man, and you just have to go from like locality to locality to do new tricks because they figured out your game. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. If you're just like a regular accountant working from home, your home should not be on wheels. I'm sending you to fucking jail.